In the Bowl.
Yo, 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 what do you know? Welcome to In the Bowl podcast. Shout out to Hustle Five Ways for hosting us once again. I'm your host, Naz.
And you got Tallman.
In the Bowl podcast is sponsored by your nation's capital's very own #1 hookah brand, hookah supplier, hookah aficionado, Sisha to you. Where they not only do private events, rentals, venues, but they also show you how to level up your experience with the hookah. What's happening? What's going on?
Man, not too much, not too much. You know, it's starting to feel like fall again outside. I don't know what's going on with this weather, man. One day it's cold, next day it's hot. It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going.
Nah, not at all, man. Not at all. But I'll take a nice 50-degree day any day over, some cold weather,
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, we in 2022, man. We done made it.
Exactly. Hey,
We
cheers
made
to
it
that.
to another year. Cheers to that.
Yes, sir.
And then we gotta do a double cheers. Cheers. Again, another episode in the new year. Another blessing, prosperity,
That's what it's all about.
And speaking of that, it's the 4th day of Kwanzaa.
Okay. You said, what is the 4th day of Kwanzaa?
I said it is the 4th day of Kwanzaa. This is one of my favorite days, especially as an older black man in America. Out here, it's Ijoma. And I think that's powerful. It's defined by collective economics. And over the years, we've seen nothing but just grow with black excellence, buy black, shop black, and I just love to see where it's going. So this word has a lot of meaning to it. I love it.
No, I like that. And, one of the things, I want to see people do is, not make it, a trend when it's trendy, make it a lifestyle, to, support your own and, keep that dollar circulating in the community,
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest issues we have in the community, keeping the black dollar, just, keeping it within inside the community, supporting our own,
Yeah, exactly. You got to. I mean, it's key. It's like the beginning of the year. Everybody hits the gym. You go hard for like a month and a half, and by the time spring rolls around or Easter or the weather breaks, that trend is broken. So it's something we got to continue to do and make sure that we stay on top of it.
Facts. Well, definitely, like I said, 4th day Kwanzaa, Ujoma. Let's celebrate it. Let's keep it going. Keep pushing it. Holiday season, man. What's up?
Tell me about it. I'm glad the holidays have kind of come and gone, man. It was a good time. Got to see family and eat good, but it's time to get back to normal life. Back to reality. To reality. So what's going on with you over there?
Not much, just, rolling into the new year, so everything's all good over here.
That's what I like to hear, man. What are you smoking today? What you got in your bowl?
Got a little festivity here, I got definitely just like my cool mint, mixed with a little bit of like a vanilla with watermelon, one like a little bit of a fruity flavor, man. I'm feeling festive.
Okay.
Feeling good, feel like I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good spirit. So I want to branch out a little bit.
I see. I mixed it up today a little bit. I got a mint, but I got some peach sprinkled in there. So I'm getting those sweet notes of peach on the back end. It's very refreshing.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. I feel like going in the year, switch it up. I still got my baby, blueberry mint, that's my thing,
Oh, that's your
BMW. That's what we do, So I switch it up a little bit. So I feel good in the new year.
I like it. We gotta talk with the folks over at Shisha to you, see if they can make a Mercedes blend. Because
Mm.
BMWs are cool and everything, but I mean, Mercedes is where it's at.
One's for a driver, one's for someone who just sits back and rides. So
Oh, well, and you know what? I'll give you that. Because we all know the history of BMW. Was made as a race car. That's why they have wonderful engines. But when you get in that Benz, you got all your gadgets, all your buttons. So you're enjoying the ride and getting a little extra on the inside. So
yeah,
I'll
that's what's
take that.
up.
I'll
That's what's
take
up.
that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Nah,
So
so
what's
what's
up,
what's
man?
going on this week?
I don't know, man. It's just wild, man. I think this is like you said, just me as a black man out here. I think things are wild. I'm seeing a lot of wild stuff going on. I'm seeing, people breaking up, moving across the street from one another. I'm seeing. I think people are just kind of losing it with everything going on. I'm seeing just videos of I don't know. It's getting chaotic out here in the streets, man. I think people losing it. So I've been sitting back watching that.
Yeah, yeah, and we're gonna come back to the breaking up and moving across the street in a second because we got to unpack that one 'cause that's
Got some onions.
definitely something. Exactly. My whole week has been spent with the movers. While they
Yeah.
pack things up. Getting ready for this move. So right now I'm living out of a duffel bag.
Mm.
For a few days, but it's all good. It was easy, packing experience. Because the movers did everything. They came in and packed up everything out the drawers. And even my junk drawer. We
That's
all
what's
have that
up.
that junk drawer. I mean, they broke that down and packed it up nicely. I was like, man, I'm impressed. I'm,
That's
I'm,
what's
I'm
up.
impressed. But they were a little too good. I looked over and I was trying to save some stuff. I was like, all right, I need a couple, at least a coat or two, to get through the week. Man, I came back to the hall closet. Coats were gone. Everything bagged up, man. So
Mm.
I'm out here in these streets with one coat. So as long
Yeah,
as it
you with
stays
it.
above 45 degrees, it's all man's good for a few days. But that temperature drops, yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, you sure? But that's what's up, though. Yeah, you got big moves coming up. Big moves coming up.
Yeah, indeed. But let's go ahead and touch on that. Breaking up and moving across the street, man. So who are you referring to? Who's in the news this week? For doing something as wild as that.
So I'm not really into the whole blog thing. However, this one caught my eye. This one right here was Kim and Kanye. I got some interesting stories about Kanye. Kanye definitely, respecting the industry, but I don't know, man. I think this situation got him looking kind of nutty, man. He's moved across the street, split up, did a whole concert, tried to get back together, didn't want to get back together, but then he moved across the street. I don't know about that. I don't. I sit uneasy with that.
See, the petty person inside of me, understands a move like that. Now, I don't think he's doing it to be petty. He's already, been out interviews saying, "Hey, I want my family back. I want, my wife back, and she's filed to be single." So I don't know how well that's going. But the petty side of me is like, cool. You want to break up? I'm gonna buy the house across the street from me. So every day, you go check your mailbox or you sit on your back porch. You're gonna see me coming down the street to see me, outside on the grill, doing something. See how happy I am. How well life is treating me since we've gone our separate ways.
I feel you, especially if you try to get back with her. I mean, it could be on some the Breakfast Club thing. He may wake up outside of her window every day and display, only one type thing. You don't know what this man got in his mind. This man just he all over the place. He
And
may
not
go
he
outside, put the
is.
radio up in the air.
Now my petty self definitely wouldn't do that because when you start getting on people's property, that's how you get restraining orders and all that fun stuff. But I'll definitely be on my side of the fence, just letting you experience and see just how well I'm doing. But back to, you know, his situation, you know, I mean, I get what he's doing. And, you know, I mean, women have said it, you know, time and time again that, you know, if you want to get back with a woman, you have to communicate that to the woman. You know, you going out here telling everybody else, telling the world, putting your business in the streets. That's not necessarily the blueprint, you know, to get a woman back. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, it may look good. You know, you're at your concert. I think the concert he did with Drake, you know, he changed the words and was like, you know, Kimberly, come back with me or something along those lines. I mean, it's a bit much. You know, I mean, I understand where the intent was and where the gesture was and how he was feeling, but I just don't think that that's the proper, you know, format or platform, you know, to do that. If you want to, you know, get your woman back, you know, you do the work behind the scenes, and you don't have to put on the show for the world, you know.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Everyone wants that show. You know, I mean, maybe in that limelight, so they just people following it, but you know, to put that all out there and put your personal life out there, man. Again, you give access for people to comment on that, you know. So
Yeah.
just, you know, that's what people do. You put it out there and someone's gonna have a comment on it, you know. But then it makes me start thinking like, as a man, right? It starts making me thinking like, you know, someone asked me the other day, should a dude move in with a girl, with his woman, or with his other half? You know, and I have a lot of mixed feelings on that subject. You know, I feel like, and again, this is my thoughts only. I think it's a little bit too unstable, especially if it's not locked in, to move in with someone else off of emotions, you know?
Nah, I mean, I agree with you. It's definitely, you know, a risky move. You know, if your name is now on the lease, your name's now on the mortgage, you're right. I mean, things go south, you know, it definitely can end badly. And, you know, we're here, you know, talking and you know, we're always real with each other. And, you know, I put myself in that situation, you know, in the past, in my younger days, and it definitely wasn't the right move. You know,
Mm.
friends tried to advise me, like, look, man, just, hey, get a little studio apartment somewhere, you know, just in case, you know, things don't work out. You know, you got a place of refuge. You know, you're not, you know, waking up to your stuff on the streets. And in hindsight, that was some pretty good damn advice, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, when you go into a situation, you know, you're trying to be optimistic, you know, because if you're going into it and you're setting up a side place in case things don't work out, you're kind of putting that in the air as things may not work out, you know. So it's kind of it's a double-edged sword. It's
Yeah,
like
I
you
think
want
you
to
got
protect yourself, but at the same time, you want to, you know, invest in the situation you're in. But, you know, will I make that mistake again? Answer is unequivocally hell no.
facts. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I think it's just, like you say, you put yourself in this gray area. Gray area doesn't sit well with me. Like it's either a yes or no. Like I don't even do open table. Like I'll call a restaurant and say, hey, I want this time on this date, confirm it, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to hear. Like I don't want to see a glitch. I don't want to see any of that. You know what I'm saying? Technology is it's improving, but nah, it's too much of a gap right there to leave for an errors, right? So and that's what gray does. No matter
Yeah.
how big or small the gray is, you just don't know, you know. And I was always told a man always has to have a place to lay his head. You know, you go out here in the everyday elements and you gotta figure it
This is
out, you know what I'm
true.
saying? So you need somewhere at the end of the day, you gotta have somewhere to lay your head at.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I mean, if you go into it without a contingency plan, you know, it can really, you know, end bad. You know, luckily, you know, the situation, you know, that I experienced, you know, I was able to, you know, I moved a lot. I think up until maybe about 5 years ago, every 2 years I was moving somewhere. You know, whether it was, you know, an undergrad moving to apartments, you know, moved back home for a year, then got a house, then stayed in that house, then bought another house, then you know, bounced around different condos, you know, so I can, you know, have a house packed up in 24 hours and be out,
I feel
you
you.
know,
I feel you.
like clockwork because, you know, I'm a minimalist now, you know, I don't have a whole bunch of just stuff lying around I don't use, you know, so it's like
Yeah.
everything in my space has a purpose,
Okay. I mean
you
that's
know, so
deep.
and it's, Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then also you have that stuff where you know if you have to leave it, it's like cool, it's done. I'm fine with it. I can replace it. I can get something else. So you also got to have that mentality.
Yeah. But you gotta, like you said, you gotta have that foundation to be able to do that. Not everyone does
Oh
that.
yeah.
So if you don't have, that's why I say it's that gray area. So if it does go left, you got to make sure you have something to get you right back.
Oh,
So
definitely,
I think that's the
definitely,
biggest thing. Is the foundation. It's always that.
man. That is key. That is key. Now, so let me ask you this, man. So, I know a few episodes. We touched on your viewing of the Real Housewives. And we got a lot of positive feedback for you being so comfortable to come out and share with everyone, all the intricacies of that show and things of that nature. So I really take my hat off to you because you were well versed in it. I was taken by surprise, but outside of, Real Housewives, over the holidays, man, what have you been watching on TV?
Man, throughout the holidays, honestly, man, we just been kicking back, watching some, holiday movies. Had to put Die Hard in there, just some classics right there. But for shows, I finished. I've caught up on book two. You know, Caught up on
Okay.
that. Finished BMF, of course. Um, and then they got the show out called Harlem. I'm gradually just catching a glimpse of that here and there, but that looks pretty interesting. But yeah, man, just kicking back, man, just reflecting, taking it all in. That's what my show's been. But Die Hard's been my thing. The holiday movies.
And
You know,
and that's the age old debate. Is Die Hard a holiday movie?
I mean, it happened during the snow. It happened during Christmas. He gave a teddy bear. It was a Christmas gift. He was trying to get home for Christmas. He was trying to get back to his wife for Christmas.
Nah, I'm with you. I've been in numerous heated debates, about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, and I'm with you. I think it is.
Yeah, I
You're
think
right.
it's
It
a, it's
happens
a fact.
during the holidays. There's snow outside. There's the Christmas steam and feeling. So, I support you on that one. Now, others, may argue, to the blue in the face about it, but we're on the same page with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, it's snow. It's everything of Christmas time. Nothing about that movie doesn't remind you of Christmas because one, he's trying to go back to get a Christmas gift and get his family back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's his gift. Unfortunately, you gotta yippee ki a couple folks. You know,
Nah, I get it. I get it. I finally got around to checking out that Colin Kaepernick show that was done on Netflix by Ava DuVernay. I actually finished the last episode last night, man. It was pretty good. I
mm,
mean, parts of it, started, feeling kind of bad for the guy. I'm like, man, I mean, this is what you're experiencing, how you came up, but it says a lot about, the person he is today and, what it took for him to get to the league and, once he, sacrificed his career, things of that nature. I mean, it all makes sense. I can understand, the way he came up, being adopted into, a white family, living in, a predominantly white area and the experiences he had. And, it really shined a light on things. So, I mean, it was pretty good.
that's what's up. Yeah, that's actually on my New Year's Day list to watch of shows to watch, or short series to watch. So that's actually in the queue. I did watch King Richard. That was a good
Ooh,
story. That
yeah,
was a really good.
that's on the list.
That was a good story. That was a good story. So again, I mean, I'm looking forward to watching the Colin Kaepernick joint. I think that thing's gonna be all right. We were talking about it over the week, and I was like, yeah, it's in my queue. So
It's solid. The shows are, the episodes are, pretty short. It's about maybe 30, 35 minutes a piece. So it's not too bad. I mean, you sit down,
yeah.
one evening, it's something you could definitely knock out.
All right. Well, that's on my list.
And another thing, I watched the Kevin Hart series on Netflix, True Story.
Yeah.
You know, because this was his attempt or his first try at, I guess being in a more serious role, versus everything, being, comedic in nature. And I gotta say, it was pretty good. It had some, nice
Okay.
little twist in it. The man did his thing.
I think people. Not the crazy thing is, people keep saying that, so that's in my queue. I haven't put it on the calendar yet, but he did that. I don't know if you've seen that movie Fatherhood.
Yeah, yeah, with the little girl. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, when he was, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Whether he had some comedic parts in it or not, that movie was pretty serious, man. Just the whole premise of it. That premise that movie is deep, man, and I think it's a lot of people can relate to it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a lot more serious than people probably took it, but I thought that was a pretty deep movie. I enjoyed that one. I thought that would have been like known as his first stab at it, but like you said, everyone's talking about the true stories,
Yeah.
and I think I may have, just caught a quick glimpse, but it's, I don't know, fatherhood was pretty dope.
No, no, it was, because I think one of the parts that really, stood out to me was, when he was trying to do the little girl's hair.
Mm,
And I know that's that's a tough one. When we were little boys, it's easy, get some clippers and, give them a nice little trim. But, doing a little girl's hair, man, that is a talent and a skill set.
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I say. You got a lot of parts in there that I think a lot of men can relate to, that especially step up to that role. And, it's not even a role. It's just, you step up to the plate. You do what you got to do. And yeah, that's my movie right there. I fool with that joint right there.
And going back, so you said, you caught up on BMF, Power Book 2. So what are your thoughts on BMF first?
I can't be mad at dude leaving, trying to lead the game. I can't be mad at him. He made a couple dollars. But in that game, it's, if you win it, you win it. Like, you can't, especially if you're at that level. You don't just
Yeah.
sit there and say I can get out. That's just not the way that works.
Yeah, I mean, but realistically, you mentioned, getting out the game. Do you think getting out the game is that easy? I mean, when you look at, all the relationships and the connections and the trust and loyalty that you built up, do you think that someone can, just have that figure and say, all right, we'll just say, all right, once I stack a meal, after this meal, I'm out of it. I'm walking away from it. I'm doing something else. I mean, how realistic do you think that is, knowing what we know about the game? And I
Uh,
say knowing what we know about the game from what we've seen and heard, not that we were in the game.
yeah, nah, I don't think it's that easy. I don't think that's that realistic. But they say, at the end, me says, he's, from the womb to the girl, to
Womb
the
to the
to the
tomb.
to the tomb, and just for that right there, I mean, he has a lot of weight on that,
Yeah.
and those two, the in some families the blood dynamic is deep,
Yeah.
and for those both to be the top men, and unfortunately, what I'm saying, he had the plug, Meech didn't. It's one of those situations, just like moving into a house with a female. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's too risky. It's too much of a gray area, and one person has too much control. Seen that in a lot of stories. I have another confession.
Okay.
I may or may not have watched. What is it? Huntsville.
Say what?
Love and Marriage, Huntsville. There we go. Love and Marriage, Huntsville.
Wow. I've never heard of it.
I don't mention names, but there is a couple in that show to where she had all the power.
Mm.
Simply because she just had that foundation. he was a part of the foundation, but he was not the foundation.
Okay.
So when she got tired, she rolled, and his foundation just crumbled because he wasn't the weight. So again, in this game life, it goes back to that jealousy, it goes back to anger, it goes back to all that. So how realistic is it for someone to get out like that? I don't know. I mean, that's gonna be some uncomfortable family conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it
definitely.
can get deep.
Definitely. And you know, and I'm eager to see, you know, how that show goes on and progresses because, you know, I had read, you know, a couple different books, you know, on BMF and, you know, watched, you know, several documentaries. And
Yeah.
I know it's starting off, you know, a little slow because, you know, they're trying to build that foundation. You know, you can't just go to, you know, in episode 5, you know, now they're in, you know,
Yeah.
Magic City, you know, pulling
Fur
up in
coats. Yeah.
exactly, and all the cars and, you know, buying and borrow. But, you know, I gotta say, you know, I mean, 50 is really doing his thing because, I mean, you take this show, man, you can get definitely 2, 3, well, definitely more than 2, 3, 4 seasons out of it, you know, to tell their whole story.
Yeah, 50 is smart. I fuck with 50, man. Like, he's done his thing. He has done his thing. You know, I mean, he's a dickhead, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta respect it though. You know what I'm saying? That Batman 50 has done his shit. So, you know, definitely he's done his thing. He's made people want more of it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely hats off to him. He's done his thing. Like you said, you can get like 5 or 6 episodes. And even like how Power, it broke off into like there's like 9 books probably about to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 9 books. So I don't know. It's just I think I'm interested to see what BMF turns out to be. Because you said it's kind of slow, so I think he'll get a good 3 or 4 seasons out of it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And a lot of things in the first season, you know, is really, you know, setting the story up. You know, I'm not gonna do, you know, any spoiler alerts for anyone, you know, listening, but you know, just it's like little things that in season 1, you know, you're gonna see like that impact, you know, throughout season 2 and 3 and be like, oh, okay, I see why they did this, or I see why they went that direction, and you know, it's gonna come together, you know. So now, what about Power Book 2? You know,
Yeah.
Ghost. You know, what are your thoughts on the young man, you know, now stepping into the shoes of his father, you know, having to do it all.
I fuck with Ghost. So I'm not gonna lie, it's a fucked up season, but Ghost is funny. I saw the other day someone was like, Ghost knows how to be he knows how to get somebody from the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to get them. You know, but watching that last episode, you know, I'm not gonna lie, man. I know folks they in foolery. You know, they ain't really fuck with him. You know, but I don't know, man. Book 2, I fool with the dude, man. Like, he done his thing. Like,
Yeah,
somehow, some way he's made a balance, but then it goes back to he started getting comfortable. You know, started getting
yeah,
comfortable. You know, started sleeping away from his room, went to girl's room, and look what happened.
yeah.
Again, it goes back to you gotta just chill and figure out your foundation, no matter what. You know, you gotta stick to the plan. The plan is sticking to the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all
Yeah,
you gotta do. But you saw what happened, and I'm not gonna lie, I was blown. Never want to see a family split up. As soon as he won, so I'm interested to see what happens. But that's a tough one right there.
yeah. It definitely is, you know, because you know, and spoiler alert, you know, if you haven't seen, you know, Ghost, you know, season 2 up to this point, you may want to skip ahead for like the next 5 minutes so we don't ruin it for you.
Yeah, but you
Pause.
should have. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right.
No,
You'll be all right. No,
but
it's a good one. It's a good one. So we don't know. We don't know what happens, I guess.
nah,
But yeah,
no. I mean,
it was dope.
yeah, you know, because you know, he's got the issues with his grandmother, you know, and trying to, you know, take care of his little sister, look out for her, and Now the business is intertwining with everything. It's interesting, man, and it's funny because I got two quick points. One, and watching season one and season two, we kept saying that how does this man get around everywhere in New York with no car? Why is he always running somewhere? And then I just saw the meme like a week or two ago. And then, last episode, my man, borrows a car and he's moving around.
Yeah, but that's why that shit was funny. The Bama said, all this shit I do with this family, these motherfuckers can't offer me a ride. That shit, I
Exactly.
was literally just thinking that. I was sitting there. As soon as he said that, I was like, that's some real shit. This man gets around everywhere in this city, has not been in a car yet.
Nah. Nah, now granted, it's New York. New York has, the subway and all that stuff. And a lot of times it is faster to get, around, on the train, versus driving somewhere and all that stuff. So I get it. But I mean, at least show the man, hop on the train and get somewhere. The man just appears everywhere. Appears at the lawyer's office, appears at school. He's over at Monet's house. Man just strolls right up,
But the Bama's always late, though, because his phone always rings like, oh, shit, I'm late, but then shows up on time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how that's possible. This man never has a ride anywhere.
Yeah, and I would say, put some stuff on your calendar. Say where you get those alerts like, hey, it's time to leave. But
That's
being in the
like,
business he's in, I don't think that's recommended to keep a paper trail of who you're going to link up with, because all that stuff's in the cloud and it's gonna come back on you at some point. So I get it.
it don't get erased. Once it's up, it's up.
Exactly, exactly. I think one of the shows I got to catch the season finale of is Insecure. So I missed it on Sunday because this is their series finale. So after this, it's done, and I won't lie. Season four. I kind of dropped off. I think I finished on episode two or three. I really didn't pick it back up. But I did watch season five. Because I wanted to see how it was gonna close out, and I think one of the things that I like about Insecure is one, how they highlight, all the spots out in LA, and really, showing the community and, putting things on it and the whole thing, but like Crenshaw and, what he's doing. I don't know if that's a testament to Nipsey, for the things he was trying to do in the neighborhood. But at the same time, I love the music on there. There are
Yeah.
several times when I'm sitting here pausing the show or rewinding so I get Shazam out and, find the song. Because the show actually has a soundtrack, for each season.
A word?
It comes out because
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, because Raphael Sadiq is the music producer or music supervisor. I don't know the correct term, so hey, don't beat me up over it. But I've always been a Raphael Sadiq guy. Even when he was Tony Tone, and went on his solo career. The man is talented. So anything involved with him, I'm definitely checking it out. If not for the show itself, at least the music that's in there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, it do got a pretty tough soundtrack. Do got a tough soundtrack. And I like the fact at the end of each episode too, they let you know what songs are playing. You know what I'm saying? Because soundtrack is tough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of hidden gems in there. So definitely gonna try to check that out. This weekend. Maybe New Year's Eve. You know, take a look at it. Or right after, somewhere around there. But definitely, it's gonna get viewed because I know with social media, you can't go too long without watching something before folks start putting stuff out there and ruin it for you. I want to see how it ends.
I mean, you gotta be with it. You gotta be with it. You know. I mean, I'm behind
Exactly.
on a couple of things, but I'm with you on that.
Yeah, yeah. Now I want to see what's next for Issa Rae. Because even though this show is done, I know she has something in the pipeline. That she put a whole lot of folks on, and one of the things I like about season five is throughout each episode, she's been bringing back like some of the older folks. They're making appearances in it. So that way they get their shine going into the finale of the show. So that's dope, man. I like that. I like that.
she's a talented woman right there. You know what I'm saying? She is just talented as a human being, as an individual. She is talented, and there's a lot of talented folks. And that's why I say I love this day. You know, the fourth day of Kwanzaa is my favorite. You know, it's like this is where it's at. You know, this is seeing this Black excellence, seeing collective economics. Like she looks out because local casting calls. And she's dope. Just super dope. So that's why I say I love this day, especially being an older Black man out here. I love it. So it's dope.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff there. It's good stuff there. So what else is going on?
Not much, man. Just sitting here. I've been, as I've been in the crib, getting stuff together, to knock out. Just watching all these. They got some real interesting stuff on TV, though. They got these shows on here that grab someone's attention. Like they got this little show for kids called Coco Melon. I don't know, man. You just play them opening 5 seconds and everything just turns to the screen. Like it's crazy out here.
Oh man,
it's crazy. Nah, but yeah, nothing much, man. Like right now, time's wild. I think people losing it. I think we keep talking about. You talked about Insecure like the last episode. If you didn't watch it, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I think they're doing it the right way, going in collectively. Trying to secure that bag, if you want to call it. Make sure everyone is secure and straight. And I think, I don't know, man, just watching and just talking to folks, man. It's been interesting out here.
Yeah, because I know, in 2022, there's some shows coming back out. Atlanta, because I guess, Atlanta, they missed the whole, 2021. I think that was primarily, due to COVID. But, Atlanta's coming back out. Snowfall's get ready to come back out again.
Yeah.
Because you got to see, what's going on with that. And I think Snowfall, last season, I think they did a phenomenal job, because, John Singleton had passed away and they just, picked the torch up and just ran with it. And I was like, all right, they didn't miss a step. They didn't miss a step, so I'm waiting for that to come back. But I'm definitely excited for Atlanta.
Yeah.
I love
that's a
that
great show too. It has the little puns in it, It's a good show right there. That's what I say, man. I love it, man. I love, all the things that are happening right now. I'm looking forward to, knocking out the future years, man. There's lots of good stuff happening.
Yeah, and while we wrap up, Insecure, man, when you think about when Insecure, came on TV, going back was like 5 years ago. I mean, think about, how many, Black shows there were out there. I mean, it was only a handful.
Yeah.
And now, years later, it's like, pretty much, every week, it's at least, one show on that everybody's, checking for and, watching and, tweeting about or, putting up, stuff on social media, so it's definitely getting it's just due now.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And I even heard that your man 50 is getting ready to come out with something for Snoop when he was on trial for that murder case.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Snoop got a couple things. Somebody tried to put a doll out and didn't even get it confirmed by him, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? Like Snoop is that and that's that's a great story. I'm interested to see that one.
Yeah. And we can't talk about Snoop without talking about Dr. Dre, man. What's up with Dr. Dre having to pay his ex-wife $100 million? That is substantial.
Hey, it ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah,
that
but
shit
still,
is wild.
A mill still hurts.
Now you gotta pay $100 million.
Yes.
I thought she was looking for more. She was looking for something crazy like per month. You know what I'm saying? But to settle out and felt like it was okay for $100 million. Shit, man. I don't know, man. That's considered called $1 million dream right there.
Yeah,
again, you
that's
gotta protect
a good
yourself.
lawyer. Because that lawyer was like, yeah, instead of you getting something, monthly, I mean, it's like hitting the Powerball, hitting the lottery. You
Yeah.
get that payment each month, or what was it, the old school publisher clearinghouse. You get
Yeah.
$5,000 a week for the rest of your life. I mean, who knows how long someone may live, but when you get that lump sum, it's like, hey, here's your check.
Be
We're
gone.
done with that now.
Be gone. And I don't know. I'd rather pull the Band-Aid off. I always talk about the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just pull a Band-Aid off, but dropping 100 mil, dang, she is the winner of the week. That is crazy. She is the winner of the week. 100 mil
That's
for
wild.
marriage. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you said, it ain't tricking if you got it. So I mean, once he, did that deal and sold their rights to what was it, Beats?
Yeah,
You know,
beats.
yeah, so he came up on some change, but still, I mean, 100 mil is what 10% of a billion. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at right there.
That's facts. That's facts right there. So hats off to the ex-wife. She done won. Dre's gonna figure it out. He'll make it back. That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It goes back to the old saying, is it cheaper to keep her? But I guess 100 mil is like, all right, look, I want my peace of mind, but that's a tough pill to swallow, man.
Facts, facts, facts. So hats off. That's the winner of the week. Dre's ex-wife.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That definitely come up of the week. She got that one. She got that one, man. So before we get out of here, man, what are things looking like for the rest of the week? And anything else going on? Anything exciting?
These numbers is running crazy right now, but there's some good events going on out here. People just getting through the holidays, getting through, that January time, because y'all's rent looking like they getting ready for it, make sure you ain't blow the bag. But nah, just chilling, man. Just knocking it out one thing at a time, man. Knocking stuff off I figured, this is the time better than later. Knock stuff off my bucket list. What you got? What you got going on? I know you got the
Uh,
big move. Got some big
yeah,
shit
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
spoiler alert, some shit will come out. Y'all hear it, but yeah.
No, indeed. I mean, I think that's right now. That's the big focus. Everything's packed up. So ready to purchase this flight. So I can get to the destination and set up shop out there. So we can continue to keep this pod moving.
Yeah.
So I may have some additional things that I introduce to the pod for the new location and different backgrounds and things of that nature. But 2022 is definitely going to be it's going to be a big year.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's up.
Going to be a big year. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited
That's
about
what's
for
up.
the opportunities for work and personal everything. It's definitely going to be something good, man.
There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Well, it's always a pleasure. We'll do this again soon. So, can't get out of here without saying, shout out to Shisha to you, for sponsoring us. Make sure you follow them on IG. Thanks everybody for rocking with us this week. Don't forget to follow us wherever you get you listen to your podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, definitely, follow us and, leave comments on there about anything, whether it be, topics we discussed or whether you have a flavor, brand, or a blend that you want us to check out. We've gotten a little feedback for some things. We're waiting on some packages to come in from Shisha to you so we can try it out. We'll definitely let you all know what we think about it and, give you our opinions. And, we can't close out a podcast without saying, make sure you clean your hookahs, keeping things fresh, rinse it out after every use. Make sure your smoke is crisp and flavorful. You don't want to enjoy it. You just don't want to be smoking ash.
Facts. 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 Definitely. Always a pleasure. Like we always say, click, like, subscribe.
Hustle 5 Ways Radio.